Good day to each and everyone. Our research study is entitled The Impact of Parents to Grade 12 STEM 1P to 4P Students in Choosing Their College Course at PHINMA University of Pangasinan. Parents are always there for us to become a better and successful person. They are the best teacher throughout in our life. They know what's the best for us. Parents always teach us the right things when it comes to making our decision. They help us to go on the right path and not to make wrongful decisions in life which would lead to consequences. But what if the dreams they want for us is different from ours? Will it affect us? Shall we obey our parents of what they want for us? Or will we follow what we want in our life? And that's what we want to determine. We choose this study because we are curious and interested of what is the role of our parents regarding on choosing what course we should take. We want to know the impacts of parents to students and whether it will hinder this in choosing their college course.
Now, let's talk about the problem of our research. The main problem of our research is the impact of parents to the students in choosing their college course. The decision of parents are mostly supervened in choosing their college course, but maybe not of their child's interest. Parents think they should choose because they have more experience. But in reality, their experience are singular to them, and to another time, and to a totally different set of scenarios.
Scope and delimitation. The chosen respondents are the grade 12 STEM 1P to 4P. The respondents will be 141 students through random sampling. The researchers randomly select the students based on their sections without knowing their personal information. It is conducted during the first semester of the school year 2019 to 2020 from June 2019 to October 2019. The research is conducted at PHINMA University of Pangasinan, Arellano Street, Dagupan City.
This study has been conducted in order to find out how parents greatly impact their children in choosing their college course and to guide senior high school students on how to cope in making decisions in choosing a college course.
This study can helpful for others as a researchers give them an idea on how parents guide the students in choosing their college course. Students, this study can guide them on what course they want to take in college for their own future. Parents, let them guide their children by their side so that they can feel motivated in choosing their college course. Teachers can add some new information and can change their specific of college course. School heads and administrators, they can enlighten students and change the perspective of the school. Researchers, they can benefit them by learning the impact of their fellow students. Future researchers, they can serve as a guide to make their own study easier and better.
In gathering our data, the instrument that we use is the questionnaire. We use a nominal scale wherein the respondents rate the statement with a yes or no, so that it is not time consuming for the respondents to answer the questionnaires and for the researchers to tally it.
As we have determined our research instrument, we prepared 10 questions which corresponds to our statement of the problem and the letters to the senior high school principal and the respondents for approval in conducting the survey. As soon as the questionnaires were approved and in conducting the survey, we then held the survey during our practical research subject.
After the distribution of our questionnaires, we then tallied our respondents' answer for us to be able to gather our desired data. After we finished gathering our data, we consulted some mathematicians for them to help us in our statistical hypothesis.
One of the limitations that we encounter during the gathering of data is on what formula we should use on hypothesis testing, and also we had confusion on how to tally our data. Then our solutions for these limitations are consulting and asking some help from our teachers and tallying again our data by age, gender, and college course.
Societal importance. In this part of the video, we will focus on what is the importance of our research paper in the society and in the body of knowledge. This can also contribute to other future researchers who wants contents and knowledge. This can also trigger the curiosity of other readers who want to discover knowledge.
This research paper can give idea to both parents and students. For the parents, this can give them idea on how they should decide for the sake of their children, and also how they should react to the decisions that their children did. For these students, this research paper can give them idea about their own limitation, and they should let their parents be their guide for their future.
Okay, as a parent, how do you guide your children in the decision making with regards to their college course?
Well, it's not an easy decision, really, but I think you've got to support your son or daughter in something that they enjoy doing. If you're lucky enough to be able to support them financially, then that's great. I think what's more important is whether you get a degree. In this world, really, nowadays, everybody needs a degree. It's really the first step in the door for getting job interviews. So if you make the wrong decision to go to college and you don't like the course, well, you can always change. But at the end of the day, what's most important is getting a degree. Because really, without it, life is really difficult, and getting a good career future.
No, being a parent, the only thing that I can give is my total support to my children. And that support will be the guidance on what the children wanted to take in their college life. I know and I believe that at the end of the day, they are the only one who will get the benefit in choosing their college course. If I will choose the course they will take, I know that they will not be happy and the fulfillment is within the parents only. So, I dare to conclude that in order to have a happy life, especially with the children in taking up their course in college, the only thing that we can do is to support and be proud to their achievements. That's all, and I thank you.
Parents guide or help you in choosing your own desire?
Yes, they do guide me in choosing what I take for my college, but in a way that they push me to pick what they want, for they say that it will be better for me and it's convenient for where the school is at, the location for travels. But then, at the same time, I try to choose my own course for college, for I tell them that it's my passion and I think I do better at what I want.
Research is a field wherein people with a good sense of leadership and task-making excel. As aspiring researchers or professionals in the future, we all have different and unique attributes that will help us forge our way to a better future, keeping in mind that we all go through a lot of phase in our lives wherein we will decide on our own. That's why we came up with a study about the impacts of parents to students in choosing their college course.
The scope of our study only covers the impact of parents to students in choosing their college course. There are 141 respondents from grade 12 STEM 1P to 4P, and they are chosen randomly. The study is conducted at PHINMA University of Pangasinan from June 2019 to October 2019.
The main limitation that we encounter is the manpower. We don't have enough manpower and cooperation, but we conquer this limitation and do our best to finish our research paper.
The interesting questionnaire we have is, does your parents support you in choosing your college course? Yes, our parents guide us to pursue our dreams and help us to achieve it. I must say the original part of our research is the instrument that we use, which is the questionnaire. We created questions for our own that is related to our research and conduct a survey in our chosen respondents.
For me, the two of the most important sources that we use in our study is first, the internet, where we get all the information needed for it. And second, the respondents, where we use all the answers for our study. We finish the study by making the things more easier with the help of our sources.
Our research methodology is quantitative research, applying the descriptive research design. We chose quantitative research because our research study is required a specific numerical data and statistical treatment that it needs. Descriptive research design was chosen because it described the characteristic of population or phenomenon being studied, and it can validate some sort of hypothesis or objective when it comes to a specific group of people.
Our respondents are from grade 12 STEM 1P to 4P. They are total of 141 students, and the sampling method we use is random sampling.
The instrument that we use in gathering our data is the questionnaire. We use a nominal scale wherein the respondents rate the statement with a yes or no.
In 141 respondents that we have in STEM 1P to 4P, most of them have a supportive parents and guiding them to know what course they will take in college.
I think the weakest part of this study is our chapter 4. We struggle from the equations and we did some alternatives for us to solve the problem. While chapters 1 and 2 will be the strongest part because this is the most detailed part, which includes the background of the study and review of related literature and studies that best supports this research study. I think I can recommend our study to my fellow grade 12 students and incoming grade 12 students and to their parents. Because this study will give them the knowledge about the importance of parents to our lives as a graduating senior high school student. And for the future researchers, may this research study can help them in conducting their study as well.
This study has a main importance, like you need to know how parents greatly impact their child in choosing their college course. And another is, it is important because not all parents will support on what we want because they know what is right.
If I were to conduct the study again, I would change the respondents and how we gathered our data. Since our study is about how parents impact students in choosing their college course, it would be best if the chosen respondents are parents, whereas it is mainly about them on how they guide their children in making decisions with regards to their future. And in gathering our data, it would also be best if we have interviewed them, which will give us a more accurate data or result.
Let's talk about the problem of our research. The main problem of our research is the impact of parents to the students in choosing their college course. The decisions of parents are mostly supervened in choosing their college course. Parents think they should choose because they have more experience, but in reality, Their experience are singular to them and to another time and to a totally different set of scenarios.